Hey, Decide Your Destiny crew, Carl Spreedy's here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Your Destiny daily dose. Decide to not be disheartened by how it looks. Oftentimes, we can allow our mind to trick us as we get attached to the podium point or the vision of the final destination, the end destination. And we often forget the journey along the way. Forget that there is a wide, long journey, windy roads of a path of not knowing, what to do, of not knowing what direction to take, of not knowing what it's going to look like in the end, of not knowing what it's going to be received like. And we get so attached to that podium point or that finish or that poster boy shot. But that can lead us to a path of being disappointed and a path of not being truly committed to the cause. So it's important that we don't get disheartened by the mistakes that we make along the way in our journey, the mistakes that we make along the way in what we thought would be the outcome. And we don't get, disappointed by the outside world and the vision of the outside world and how the outside world was going to react or how the outside world was going to look. So hold that vision in your mind's eye and be committed to the process. Be committed to what you can do now, what you can do in order to bring your dream to reality in this moment, what actions you can take, what steps you can take now. No matter what's shaken up in the world, no matter what's shaken up around you, no matter if you've made a mistake in the past, be committed to what you can do now. So it's the important point of being committed to the cause and the action, the process, and not being dependent on the outcome. Like that particular outcome that you're wanting, that particular outcome that you're going, just being completely dependent on that outcome, again, leads to a point of disappointment and, emotional sabotage. So it may look different, the vision that you had, the way that it was going to go, the way that the steps were going to go, the way you had envisioned your whole goal, whatever you're trying to achieve, if it's a business, if it's a new relationship, if it's moving to a different country, different place in the world, if it's a new project that you're working on, a personal project, a creative project. It may look different, as you're going along, and it may not look like how you had it all up in your head. But just because it looks different, and just because there's been maybe a few more trials and challenges along the way, all that really means is that it's going to be sweeter once you get there. And it's going to be sweeter in the moment as you are taking the steps towards that dream, towards that vision that you're wanting to attain. So just because it looks different doesn't mean that it's lost. So remember, that's the whole point, is to adapt, to grow, to take these challenges and trials as lessons, to grow, to adapt and use them, equip yourself with them, and also have them as a sweeter reward as you overcame them. In spite of everything, you overcame it and you got to that vision, you got to that dream. So stop holding expectations. That would be a big one, towards leading you to being disheartened along the way to your vision, along the way to your path. Be so committed and driven in the process and the action and the training and the work. Be so committed to that you're not worried about, what you're promised or what you're owed or what you feel like, you're expected to achieve all these things. Focus on the process and the work, and that will come. But if you focus only on the outcome, then your expectations will be crushed, your emotional state will be crushed, and it just won't leave you in a good mental state to continue to achieve that vision and that goal and that dream. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this daily dose. Share it around with anyone else who's maybe they're working on a long project. I know there's many long projects. A business could be 3 to 5 years until it takes off. A book can take years. Different sort of art projects, creative projects can take a long while. But share this around for anyone who, you think it might touch their heart and add something to their day. And as always, guys, remember, decide your destiny. Cheers.